Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) says a suspected internet fraudster, Chukwubueze Ikechukwu, saw its men via CCTV camera before he started shooting at them and eventually killed one of the security operatives, Aminu Sahabi Salisu, when his men were at a compound to enforce the arrest of suspected internet fraudsters around the Ifite area in Awka, the Anambra State capital, on Friday. EFCC, in a press statement issued on Sunday by its spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, said internet fraudsters are now into banditry, kidnapping, ritual killing and other deadly acts. According to the statement, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) expresses grief on the loss of one of its officers, Assistant Superintendent of the EFCC, as to Aminu Sahabi Salisu, who was killed in cold blood while on illegitimate duty on January 17, 2025 by a suspected internet fraudster, Chukwubueze Ikechukwu. Additionally, the Commission views with great concern the irresponsible, callous, inhuman and outrageous narratives being circulated on social media on the whys and wherefores of the fatal accident. It is heinous to reduce the death of a gallant officer who was carrying out patriotic and official duties to social media razzmatazz. More worrisome is the fact that some faceless commentators are pitching their tents with an alleged criminal who unleashed terror on officers of the EFCC in their line of duty. There is no justification whatsoever to rationalize a murderous act. The milk of human kindness demands that a grieving family, Commission and nation should be spared the shenanigans of false narratives and conjectures on the death of the slain officer. Salisu, alongside other investigators of the EFCC, were at Dr. J.O. Okutinefe Close, Ifite, Awka, Anambra State, to arrest some suspected internet fraudsters in the early hours of January 17th. The operation was duly documented at the Anambra State Command Headquarters and Area Command of the Nigeria Police in line with operational protocols. The operation was initially smooth sailing with 37 suspected internet fraudsters already arrested at a two-story building housing Ikechukwu and other occupants of the house. However, Ikechukwu, who cited the investigators through a CCTV camera mounted at his doorpost and who also confessed citing them, declined to open his door for the investigators, who politely demanded entrance to his apartment. Defying all the introduction and physical citing of the investigators, he resorted to firing shots at them and killed Salisu in the process and wounded another officer detailed to conduct a search in his apartment. Preliminary investigations showed that Ikechukwu was involved in coding and online medical supplies of doubtful legitimacy. 2 laptops, iPads, several recording devices were recovered from his apartment, and his involvement in internet fraud is already established. Though currently in police custody owing to the murderous dimension of his case, the Commission will surely bring him to trial. The Nigeria Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, has said that the rowdy session or drama that occurred on Thursday at the National Assembly when he was invited to defend the NPF 2025 budget proposal before the lawmakers was unnecessary, insisting that he never presented 2 separate or different 2025 budget proposal documents as alleged by one of the senators representing Ebonyi North, but agreed he used a simplified language to present the abridged version of the budget he was reading before the rowdy session ensued. It would be recalled that there was a heated argument during the 2025 budget defense session on Thursday at the National Assembly as lawmakers observed some irregularities in the details in the budget of the Nigeria Police Force. Media reported that the rowdy session began when the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, was providing a breakdown of the budget proposal for the construction of 5 zonal police headquarters across the country. Software development. Egbetokun had barely started his presentation when a member of the House of Representatives, Mark Esset, from Akwa Ibom, interjected, questioning why the details being read by the IGP were not contained in the documents provided to him. Senator Onyekachi Nwebunyi, a member of the All Progressives Congress and the principal officer thereafter, escalated the situation. He insisted that, as a senator, he should have the appropriate copy of the document the IGP was presenting. Ebonyi thereafter angrily packed his belongings and stormed out of the budget defense session. As he exited, he exchanged heated words with several House of Representatives members who jeered at him. IGP, in a press release issued few minutes ago by the Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said in quote thus, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun on January 17, 2025, addressed the incident that occurred during the presentation of the Nigeria Police Force 2025 budget to the Joint Committees on Police Affairs and Police Institutions at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja, on January 16, 2025. The IGP described the disruption as unnecessary and avoidable, clarifying that the document he presented was shared with all committee members beforehand. The IGP explained that two versions of the budget documents were provided to the committee members, a comprehensive copy and an abridged version. While both contained same figures and facts, the abridged version used simplified language to facilitate understanding. At the start of the session, the committee members unanimously agreed with a motion that the IGP should present the abridged version since they all had access to both documents. However, distinguished Senator Onyekachi Ebonyi North, who arrived late, began referencing the comprehensive version while the IGP presented the abridged version. Despite explanations from other committee members about the earlier agreement and the consistency between both versions, the senator refused to listen and abruptly left the session. The IGP described the incident as on Kaduna Ebonyi, a native of Huson village in Orim 1 local government area of Edo State and the state's former chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, who collapsed and later died after alleged heated argument with men of the Nigeria Police Force at a police checkpoint along Upper Sakwamba Road in Benin City was on Thursday Lane in State at Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. The line in state burial ceremony had in attendance workers, human rights activists from different civil society organizations and Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, North State President, Comrade Clifford Daudu, accompanied by other state officers, including the former national president of Mulch, Comrade Deji Akibula, the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC acting chairman, a former NLC chairman, and other key labor stakeholders in Edo State. African Network for Environment and Economic Justice, ANEJ Executive Director, Reverend David Ugolo, in a statement at the line in state of Comrade Kaduna Ebonyi, said, "Today, we gather to honor the life and legacy of our beloved comrade, Kaduna Ebonyi. As we stand in solemn remembrance during this line in state, our hearts are heavy with grief, yet filled with pride for all that he stood for. Comrade Kaduna was not just a leader, he was a beacon of hope and resilience in our community. His unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and the empowerment of the marginalized serves as an enduring inspiration for us all. He dedicated his life to advocating for the rights of the underprivileged, tirelessly working to uplift those around him and to create a better society for future generations. To his family, we extend our deepest condolences during this difficult time. Your loss is profound, and we share in your sorrow. Comrade Kaduna's impact on our lives and the community will forever be cherished, and we are grateful for the time we had with him. Please take comfort in knowing that his spirit lives on in the hearts of all who were touched by his kindness, courage, and commitment. As we pay our respects, let us also reaffirm our commitment to the values he championed. Let us continue to fight for justice and equality, carrying forward the torch he has passed to us. Together, we can honor his memory by striving to create the world he envisioned, a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Comrade Kaduna Ebonyi, we thank you for your service, your sacrifices, and your unwavering spirit. You will be missed, but your legacy will live on in our hearts and actions. Rest in peace, dear comrade. David Ugolo words ends in quote. It was gathered that the vehicle that Kaduna Ebonyi drove that the policeman at the checkpoint insisted he must go with them to the station after he had introduced himself as former NLC chairman, Edo State Chapter, former National Vice Chairman, Nudge and has the seal or logo of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC. Shortly after the incident, the police command in Edo State ordered investigation into the circumstances that caused the death of Comrade Kaduna Ebonyi.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.